Dean Rock, you're enjoying your pint. I think Brian is slagging you back there saying you can see the greys.
Yeah, there's plenty of greys at this stage. I have to try and shave and cut it a bit tighter to look a bit younger, but yeah, Jesus, the pints are, first pint this year now. I haven't drank all year, so it was, one of them things. You just make a commitment to not go near the drink, and then just.
Was that always the way every year playing, or this year in particular?
When I was a bit younger now, I could go out after the game, so it wasn't a problem. But as you get a bit older and you've got the baby at home and stuff, it's totally different. But no, a lot of guys made that commitment this year. I know John Small in particular hasn't touched a drop all year, so just little things like that just kind of mentally steel yourself when it comes to the big days, and you can really let the hair down now and enjoy yourself over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, is it sinking in a little bit that you've done it, you've won, to come back after 2 years? I'm sure it was a tough 2 years, and to come back and get over the line.
Yeah, it's mad. You nearly forget what it feels like. So I think that's why you've seen the celebrations after the game, how happy guys were. You obviously never get bored of winning All Irelands, but during that run of 6 in a row, sometimes you can nearly take it for granted. But in particular, from watching All Ireland final last year, and then obviously the defeats to Kerry and then Mayo in the semi-finals, you're kind of left wondering, geez, will we ever get back there again? But as I said, lads made massive sacrifice this year, trained really, really hard. We got relegated as well, so there's lots of ups and downs for this team over the last 2 or 3 years, and I'm sure a lot of people probably wrote us off or didn't think we could get back to that level, but we showed today, and the team has evolved as well. There's a lot of young guys there now who are coming through, and it's their team now. It's not the likes of me and James and Clucko's team anymore. It's all them young lads, and they've got a massive responsibility, and they have to get a taste of it now. So once you get a taste of this thing and winning, and they'll experience some great things over the next couple of weeks and months ahead, they won't want to lose it. So once they get the head down come November, December this year, they should be all right. But until then, knock themselves out, enjoy it. That's what it's all about. It's just massive.
A bit of a different year for you this year as well. You're getting married in a few weeks' time. You have a baby on 1 year old, so very different year.
Very different year. This time last year, she's won today. So this time last year, I was in the Rotunda. So it's a totally different place. It's a Crow Park, and it was great for her first birthday and stuff like that. But it's a totally different year as well. Obviously, you're not playing from the starting position. You're coming into games, so it's challenging in that perspective. But I've built my career and resilience and stuff like that. So you just kind of do whatever you can to help the team, and thankfully I've done that over the last couple of games, and it's a nice way to kind of kick the last score in the game this year, and potentially could be my last act with Dublin, but if it is, it's a nice way to go out, and not everyone gets to go out on their own terms, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, James McCarthy was asked there in the press conference, was this the band getting back together, and is this the band breaking up? And he said, and he paused and he said, it's not a bad way to go out, but we're just going to enjoy this one. Is that how you feel? You're not making any hasty decisions yet?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of look, we're myself and James are 33, obviously Fitzy's might be 35 maybe. I mean, Clucko's 53, so we've
still able to do it.
So between us, we were actually doing a thing last week in terms of going from the youngest to the oldest in the group, and it wasn't a great experience for me.
That's what you need, though.
Yeah, so I'm two days older than James, so we played the same team up since we were under 5, under 6 with Ballymun. So so basically we kind of make joint decisions on things. So if he goes, I go. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But look, it's been the last 10 years have been unbelievable. Like, I was on the bench in 2009 against Kerry, and Kerry beat us by 17 points. So, and I remember James wasn't on the panel at that time, but he was sitting behind me at the time because I got him tickets. So I got him the best tickets, obviously, best for me. And just how far we've come from that time, obviously under Pat and then through Jim, it's been amazing. And I think that the city of Dublin really love this team, and we feed off that energy as well. And it's just it'll hit home eventually, but we've a good career.
Yeah, absolutely. And for your club, like Ballymun Kickham's, it's not the biggest club in the world, and I think yourself, James, 5 of you is I think in total on the panel, and James obviously being the captain. Yeah,
no, it's huge. It really is. Like we're a very, very small club. Like myself and James would have played Division 3 or 4 the whole way up, growing up. We'd only have one team per age group, and we'd struggle to get players to play. You know, where we're located, just past the M50 and the roundabout and stuff like that, it's difficult for parents. Like, so this is massive. Like, to have the captain, just the only man to ever win 9 All Irelands. You know what I mean? And the few of us have 8s and 7s, 6 doesn't really matter. Like, do you know what I mean?
Does it not really matter?
So for a club, like, I mean, we've won so many All Irelands. Like, do you know what I mean? As we've probably got the most medals of any other club in the country, bar maybe some club in Kerry, I'd imagine. So for that, it's a unique selling point for us as a club. But yeah, it's great for James. Well, I'm delighted for him because he's some noise in there.
Yeah, you need to get in there. So you have the wedding soon?
After the wedding on Friday week, yeah. So that's what I was coming on. I was like, I have to score this point because I can't have a draw. I can't have a draw because then the wedding was gone. So yeah, the wedding's Friday week. Going to Marbella on Thursday. And just for a bit of golf, nice dinners, nothing major.
No drinks.
No, well, a few drinks, wine. So no, it's going to be, yeah. It could be the best 2 weeks of my life, to be honest. You know what I mean? But it's, yeah, geez, I just love this team and love them. It's just amazing.
And all the...
Yeah. I one more year. Yeah, go on. One more. Yeah.
All the team will be at the wedding, so who's the best man?
Yeah, so James is the best man, and then John and Kieran are groomsmen. So, yeah, it's yeah. As long as they're in good enough state now. I don't think James. I didn't hear his speech that well today, so I don't know. Did he? Surprised? I'm so surprised. Did he actually do well?
He did well, and he said at the start of it, this isn't my thing.
He'd be an awful public speaker. He really would be for.
Does he not speak in the dressing room much?
Not really, like. When you act the way he acts on the pitch, you don't need to speak.
Yeah, he sort of said that too. He said when he was asked to be captain.
He is just, he doesn't complicate things. He'll just be the leader in terms of the runs, in terms of how he prepares, and that's everyone else rolls in behind that.
Yeah.
You don't need to speak. You don't need, enough lads like speaking. Do you know what I mean? But then they don't produce the goods, whereas he just produces the goods, and that's it. Yeah.